Oh, baby, it's a green day so far for the stock market, at least right now at about 1 p.m., 1:15 p.m. when we're filming this video. And in this video, we're going to break down Tesla stock. We're going to talk a little bit about Nvda, AMD, the markets, what I'm doing overall in these markets. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your water, stay hydrated, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe. And if you guys want, check out my Patreon and get yourself some free stocks from Moomoo and from Webull. All of those are linked down below. And now let's dive into the video. So like I said, it is about 1 p.m. on the East Coast, and all of the indexes here are in the green, which is nice, considering in the past couple of days, we haven't had any crazy red days per se, but the markets have been pretty flat, pretty boring over the past, 3, 4, 5-ish, trading days. So right now at about 1:15 p.m., we have the S&P 500 up 0.9%. Same with the Nasdaq. The Russell's up 0.5%, as the Dow is up, also funny enough, 0.9%. So all the indexes but the Russell are up 0.9% each. We have the VIX down 3%. Now the VIX is getting very close to going under 20. Is currently at 21.60. We have the metals. Let's see. Gold is up barely, but it's up $1 an ounce, literally 0.06%, which is nothing. Pretty much break even, as silver is up 0.75%, roughly about 15 cents, 16 cents so far on the day. And looking at SPY here, before we talk about Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, and what I'm looking at here after the bell, let's look at SPY. We can see here when we zoom in a little bit, you can see we're noticing a big resistance where we are now, 398 to about $400 a share, but it's really 398. You can see that was the high, not from yesterday, but from what day was this? The 18th. This was on Thursday, right? Or was this on Friday? Yeah, Friday. What's today? I'm losing track of the days. Yeah, today's Tuesday. Oh my gosh. Brain fart, guys. Yeah, Friday. This is where we hit roughly in the pre-market on Friday. And now that I'm looking at it, on Thursday as well in the pre-market, 398 was a big point of resistance. And look at us where we are now. We're at $398, and it looks like we're trying to break out of that in real time. And this is a point where I think if we break out, which again, we're trying to do that now, we could fill the gap to $400, which was the high here from, it looks like, the 14th of November. And then if $400 breaks, we might be going 403. 403 was that high from the 15th of this month, 1 week ago from today. So SPY's looking pretty good, in terms of the very short-term price action. It looks good for the bulls. We're breaking out of key levels, and especially if 400 breaks, 405, there could be a lot more upside in the short term on this. And for Triple Q, let's pull it up and see. Triple Q is, there's a little difference here. It's not quite yet breaking out of the highs from Friday or Thursday or even yesterday, quite frankly. It's not really doing that yet, but it is up on the day, 0.9%. It is breaking out of the 50 SMA, and the fact that it held above 280, 282 in general, that's a good sign. Now let's see if we could start. Really, the point of breakout for me is at 288. If we could see this starting to break 288, the high here from, I think that was on Friday. 288 was the pre-market high on Friday. If that breaks, guys, 295, maybe, dare I say, 300. That's where this could be breaking out to, but let's be real, it's not there yet. So we got to be mindful of that. If I pull up the 5-day chart, you can still see, and on the 10-day chart, we're in a downtrend on Triple Q, or we're making lower highs, but at the same time, we're holding higher lows. So we're in a very interesting spot. Let's see how this plays out. Again, really, the level that I'm looking at is $288. That's just me personally. So with that being said, guys, let's talk about Tesla stock, which I'm not sure if you guys saw in the pre-market. Tesla got down to $165 a share, which means, yes, you heard that right, it took the lows out from yesterday. You probably saw that. Maybe you didn't. I'm going to tell you now. Even though the markets are green right now, Tesla it's up a little bit, but really the fact that we broke those levels in the pre-market today, that shows that even though it's up a little bit today, bears are still 100% in charge. And you can see here on the 10-day chart, we're under both moving averages. On the 20-day chart, Tesla's under both moving averages. So at this point, guys, I mean, this is clearly, heading down in my eyes to $150, or at least that's what it looks like right now. And I'm still sticking to that. You guys might agree with me, you might disagree with me, but the bears just keep on coming in each day. It looks like each single trading day we're taking the lows out from the day before. And sure, there's periods of time where we've seen little rallies, like right here, for example. On the 10th of November to about the 15th, we saw a little bit of a higher high, higher low action, but it's, few and far between. I mean, before that, we had straight up 2 weeks of selling, or 10 days of selling pretty much. Then we had that little relief rally, and now it's been about 5-6 days of selling. So we might get another little relief rally at some point, but this overall is trending towards $150 a share in my eyes. And if I pull up the 3-year chart, you guys know I've said this time and time again, this head and shoulders is clear as day. Now we just got, again, a 165 in the pre-market. We're getting deeper into the, into this gap. We're probably going down to 150, 155. So Tesla just does not look like it's good, looking good at all right now, right? What am I trying to say? It's being dominated by the bears. No sign of a reversal quite yet. And even if it sees a little relief rally, maybe back up to 180, 185. Even then, it would still be being dominated by the bears. It would still be in a downtrend. But now, let's flip the script a little bit here, and let me actually get some water, guys. Again, stay hydrated. Come on. Ah, man, I needed that. So let's flip the script a little bit and talk about stocks that actually don't look that bad, technically speaking, right? And let me say that now. These are all for trades, not for long-term investments. Keep that in mind. Nvda today is up almost 3.5%, right under $160 a share, which, mind you, my alert's at 160. And if I zoom in a little bit here, we're seeing a breakout of the 50 SMA, and we're starting to take out the wedge. We're well above the highs from yesterday. I mean, yesterday's highs were like 154, right? So we're almost 160. We're above those highs. Now we're looking to go test the highs from Friday, being about 159, 160. So if that level breaks in the short term, guys, I think Nvidia is really going to start taking off, probably towards, I would argue, $170 in the short term. That was the high here from the beginning of this month, more like the middle of this month of November. So that's going to be a point worth watching. Then if that were to break, we're probably going 190, 195, maybe even higher than that. But I don't want to get too far ahead of myself because we're not even breaking 160 yet. So let's see how it goes. I mean, 160 to 170, again, is where I'm watching it initially. Then if 170 breaks, maybe towards 190 Nvidia, that's where it could be going. And I have a question for you guys. All my computer people out there, I'm not the biggest, tech-savvy person. I do have, some cool stuff. But what type of a monitor do you guys recommend? I'm looking for, I'm in the market right now. I'm probably going to buy something, whether it's today or tomorrow. I'm in the market for a gaming monitor, right? What do you guys recommend that's not extremely expensive? I'm not looking to spend like $1,000 or $1,500. I'm looking for something maybe like a 1440, just a decent LG, maybe LG, Samsung. Like, what do you guys look at for gaming monitors like that? In the price range of, I'd say, maybe 250 to 300, 350, 400, I'd be willing to spend. 27 inches, ideally, something like that. What do you guys recommend? Drop me some comments down below. It'd be greatly appreciated. Seriously, guys, as I'm not that big in the monitor space, and I don't want to buy some crappy monitor, then regret it or have to return it and go through all the hassle. So recommendations down below. Let me know. Now that we're on the topic of AMD and Nvidia, drop those comments. I appreciate you guys as always. So AMD, this is looking pretty good as well. We got a breakout a couple days ago. Maybe like a week or two. Well, not a week or two ago. More like 1 week ago. It hit about $79. You guys can see that. And since that point, like we actually called out, it's retraced, right? It's come down a little bit. It's cooled off. And we held like clockwork above the highs from the beginning of October. This is very good for the bulls. If I clear the drawing set right here, you guys are going to see we pretty much have been consolidating not only above that high that I just mentioned from the beginning of October, but also above the 50 SMA. And, it looks like now we're starting to actually bounce off of the 50 SMA to fill the gap back to that high from, about a week ago being $78. Then if that were to break, AMD could be, right in the $80-$85 range, or that's where it could be headed, after we do break potentially $78 share. So these look pretty good. Tesla stock, again, does not look good short-term technical-wise, looking at the technicals, but AMD and Nvidia, you could argue they look pretty decent, at least in my opinion. This is all my opinion, guys. Please do your own research. As always, I'm not a financial advisor. And one more stock before we wrap up. And by the way, if you're still here, I appreciate you guys. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Let's run the likes up. JWN, you have to watch Nordstrom for today, guys, because now heading into earnings, it is up over 5%. And earnings are coming out here after the bell. I forget what the estimates are. Let's see if I could actually pull them up. EPS 14 cents, revenue $3.47 billion, which would be down about 5%. So they're looking to decline revenue year over year, or their revenue is going to be declining. But clearly the stock is still rallying into the earnings, and the significant breakout that we've seen today for JWM is the fact that, what we're seeing here is we took out the highs from last week, or was that the week before? No, that was from about a week ago, exactly a week ago, at $22. We broke out of that point today. The stock's up $1.12 on the day. We're at $22, pretty much in the mid-22s right now. This is a good sign for the bulls. I'm telling you guys, the fact that we took the highs out from last week, uptrends continuing, heading into these earnings, and not to mention we have an inverse head and shoulders as well. Not the cleanest looking one, but you could argue it is an inverse head and shoulders. I mean, look at that. Left shoulder. We got the head right here. Let's pull it up. There we go. Then we have the right shoulder. You guys can kind of see that, right? So you could argue that this could start pushing mid-high 20s. We'll see. With earnings coming out, it could really go either way, so keep that in mind. But I'm watching it either way very closely. So with that being said, guys, I appreciate you all. As always, I'm going to wrap the video up. Again, if you enjoyed it, hit the like button. Let's run these likes up. Subscribe. Check out my Patreon and get yourself some free stocks. You get 12 stocks from Webull and 15 stocks from Moomoo, plus a $10 cash coupon on Moomoo, which is limited time. All of those are linked down below. And please, guys, please drop me some comments about monitors. I was looking at, I forget, these model numbers are so complicated. I can't memorize them. I was looking at this 27-inch LG. It was like $350. It looked pretty solid. 165 hertz, 1440. I think it was 1 millimeter or 1 something refresh time. I forget what the metric was. Either way, drop me some comments. It'd be very, highly appreciated. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.